it's also a good idea to have a dream journal, right? Dream journals are very important, and once you actually have discernment, spiritual discernment, you'll be able to tell when one dream is just a regurgitation of, subconscious information that you've been experiencing throughout the day, and when a dream actually has a deep spiritual meaning. Because of your intuition, the feelings are just different. So having a dream journal will really help you to discern all that, and also, write down your dreams, look up dream interpretations, that kind of stuff. A lot of the time, I'm just gonna give you the tip of the iceberg, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna hold your hand through this life thing. I'm not here to save humanity. You tapped into this channel because you are vibing on the same vibration that I am, and I'm grateful for that. And we can exchange information, but I'm not gonna give you all the information. A lot of this is going to have to be personal research because we're all experiencing different life experiences. You feel me? So what works for me is not necessarily going to work for you all the time. With that being said, one of the biggest reasons why it's important to actually learn to communicate with your ancestors is because you are the one in your family that's meant to break your generational curses and your generational trauma. And you're never going to know about your generational trauma or your curses if you don't know anything about your ancestors. You really need to learn about them. And a good example is the fact that I lived in Cape Town about last year. I moved back to Zimbabwe in September. When I first moved there, I actually opened up to my dad. I was living with my dad at the time, and I actually opened up to him, and I told him that, like, I'm always having nightmares of tsunamis. Like, I'm literally, and it didn't start when I moved there, but because I've always had those nightmares, I kind of had that internalized trauma about it. When I moved to Cape Town, obviously it really triggered me, because now I literally live like a couple blocks down from the ocean, you feel me? So if anything goes down, like, it's over. So he actually opened up to me, and he told me that, you know what, I've been having the same nightmares my entire life, and the same way that you feel right now, like how you're triggered, is literally how I felt when I moved there, which really got me into this ancestral spiral, because I was like, damn, we are literally experiencing the same trauma in our sleep, which is so crazy. And another thing, my dad was an amazing lucid dreamer. Like, he could literally just wake up from any dream. He could literally just be like, yo, I'm dreaming, and this dream is boring, I'm out, and literally just wake up. So those are some of the gifts that I have too, because I've noticed I am actually a lucid dreamer, a heavy lucid dreamer, and I love it when I have lucid dreams. I mean, I do some crazy shit in my lucid dreams. I'm not even gonna lie. I had an orgy in one of them. Like, it was crazy. What else? I don't want to forget anything. Learn about your ancestors. Learn their names. I think I already said that, but yeah, it's really important. And another thing I wanted to also bring up is animism, which is the belief that objects, places, and creatures all possess a distinct spiritual essence. Everything is alive. Prospectively, animals, plants, rocks, rivers, weather systems, and even words are alive. Yeah. I think that is the last thing I am going to leave you guys with. So, yeah. Most ancestral spiritual. Oh, another thing. One of the biggest ways that your ancestors will always communicate with you is through sickness. Every time that I've ever strayed or gotten distracted from my divine path, I always get sick. And it's always the flu for me. Like, literally, I just got out of a situationship, and when I first got into this situationship, I mean, things were going good. Like, I feel like the universe does that sometimes, just to test you, just to test how much you really are committed to your divine path. It'll bring you something that feels like something you want, like something you've manifested. Like, when I met this man, I was like, oh, child, I'm finna spend the rest of my life with this man. Unfortunately not. And as soon as we started dating, 2 weeks later, I literally got so sick. I had like a cold, I had the flu, like, it was just terrible. I had a fever. Shit was just going wild. And you know, I actually got sick twice within the space of like 2 or 3 months, which is not normal. And normally, when your ancestors are trying to warn you or trying to keep you from entering certain situations that are not good for you, they will actually make you ill, which is crazy because I just found that out like today. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. You already know it's your girl Destiny, and I will catch you next week for a super amazingly amazing video. Ciao.